Do you use the chat or not?
Not really. It's all good.
All right, I'll pull it up.
I usually just yap away.
Ugh.
All right. Rangers at fucking Sabres. Strangers at Sabres. Live now.
Oh, fuck.
You ready to go?
We're live, I think.
All right, folks. Welcome back to Hockey Night in Scottsdale, Wednesday. It is December the 11th. Everywhere you go, you hear Christmas music. Everywhere you go, people are in good spirits. Last night, the boys were in Utah, and we took on a Utah Hockey Club game versus the Minnesota Wild. But, Rob, right now, we are live in the studio. We landed on the Tarmac about 7 minutes ago. We took a chopper from Phoenix Sky Harbor and made our way to the studio. We landed right on the fucking roof just for this special of Pete Laviolette, potentially his last game. And you know what it is? It's none other than the Key Bump Arena in beautiful Buffalo, New York.
Well, I keep going. I gotta post it.
So, folks, again, if you're just tuning in with us right now, we are synced up to the TV on TNT, but more importantly on Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Our feed, 15:42 remaining in the first period. We do apologize for being late, but again, we were just literally fresh off the Tarmac, coming back from Salt Lake City. We took in that overtime thriller last night in beautiful Salt Lake City. We shot a vlog earlier in the day, Park City. That'll be coming out hopefully in and around the new year, we're thinking. It's a ski vlog, so a lot of cool shit. We had a great cameraman. Shout out to G Rag, good dude from the in and around the Salt Lake City area. And Bobby Gucci went full J.R. Smith mode at the Cleveland Cavaliers parade. Went no shirt on the hill. But more importantly, right now, we are brought to you by Butter Golf and the chin of both of ourselves. So, Gooch, what's up? We're at 15:31 right now. Boys are playing a little bit, not stung, but just, long day on the hill yesterday. Got back today about 2 hours ago in all seriousness. And we wanted to bring the people the battle of upstate, as people in upstate New York are referring to it, Western New York versus, well, the lower chin of Manhattan.
Yep. It's the Buffalo Sabres is basically upstate New York versus Manhattan in this shithole. And we went from let me make something very clear. Nobody works harder than Hockey Night in Scottsdale. We went straight from Utah. I ate a disgusting cheesesteak, got a little nap, and now I'm back at the studio calling the game with Swish here to my side. I didn't even take my fucking goggles off from skiing from yesterday. That's how hard we're grinding right now. So we're going to enjoy this piece of shit fucking game with two teams that no one cares about. And yeah, let's go, baby. It's Laviolette's on the hot seat, not because he gained 50 fucking pounds this year, but the Rangers, they're in dire straits. And this isn't a playoff game for them, but it's like hey, are we going to make the playoffs this year or not kind of game?
Yeah, I mean, listen, they lost to a fucking dog shit Chicago Blackhawks team. And listen, I want to give a shout out to Anders Sorensen, the man who got his first win as the head coach of the Chicago Blackhawks, coached myself and my brother in the Chicago area for the Mission growing up. So good to see his chin pick up that first George W. in MSG. But fuck, this team, they are, like you said, in dire straits. Money for nothing, skunks for free. And we're watching them take on a team in Buffalo who, you know what, they haven't really been able to put together anything together in terms of a real hockey club for about the last, betterment of a decade. So hell of a matchup tonight. One of the guys I want to give a shout out to right now who just seems to always just win the lottery in free agency is Jason Zucker. And I wanted to look up his stats because Jason Zucker, no matter where he plays, Rob, just every year he just gets 1 by 5. So he'll just get a 1-year deal at $5 million. It's like people don't even look. They don't even do their homework. His agent just shops him around to about the whole league. He sends out a flyer and says he'll take $5 million, and one team always bites on it. He's actually having a decent season. He's got 20 points in 28 games, but that doesn't mean a ton for a struggling Buffalo Sabres team that we've seen very too often as of late.
Yeah, look, I mean, the NHL doesn't really give a shit about the Sabres doing well. The Pagolas don't give a shit about this team. They have a full building right now pretty much on a Wednesday night in December, and they still don't care if they're good or bad. The people of Buffalo are neglected. I don't even know why they're fucking showing up to the games. I really don't. If I'm Buffalo, don't go to the games. Don't go to the games. If they keep selling you a garbage product, stop going. But The people of Buffalo, there's nothing to do there besides do hard drugs and hockey, and they love hockey too much. So it looks like that nothing's going to change.
Yeah, speaking of hard drugs, Pete Laviolette might be doing some of those tonight if his team loses and gets shit canned after the match. Chris Drury obviously weighing his options in terms of his roster. There's been Brady Tkachuk rumors. There's been other rumors of Steve Aoki Zibanejad being moved, maybe potentially for a guy like Tkachuk. Now, those are all obviously burgers coming out of the mouth of a Larry Brooks, who is known to flip a few in his days. So who knows on that front? Who fucking cares? Because right now, all you care about is Hockey Night in Scottsdale bringing you coverage you can't get anywhere else. As Henry Yokoharu throws one into the chest of Igor Shesterkin. Fella, you got to do the scouting report. He does have a quick chest. He likes to eat rubber. No Diddy on that. Diddy on the play over here, folks. If you're listening to Jay-Z tonight, well, maybe turn that off. He is, again, in dire straits. Folks, we're going to get to the commercial break right now. Do you have anything else out there for Hockey Night in Scottsdale? I can barely talk right now because I feel drunk.
Yeah, I mean, we're just battling. We're going straight from Utah. If you're new in the chat right now, we went straight from Utah, straight to the booth. I stopped home to eat a Philly cheesesteak. I feel horrible. Shout out to Tyler Sly on the hill yesterday. First of all, if you're at this game and you're watching Hockey Night in Scottsdale, take a picture of it, tweet it at us. If you're new here, also commercials. We interact with the chat during all the commercials. Tyler, shout out to Tyler, who actually ran into us on the mountain yesterday. He gave me a pen, and I took a hit of it, and it got me pretty high for the next 45 minutes, a little bit too high to ski because I'm a lightweight, but I enjoyed it. Shout out Tyler, fucking great dude. Yep. And yeah, like he brought up last night, the Utah game, it was good. It was good, cool to see them playing in a hockey rink that is an NHL team. I didn't like the fact that there was a lot of ice dudes up there. Yeah. I know that the priests of the Church of the Latter-day Saint, they probably enjoy seeing those boys bent over, shoveling the snow off of, but bring back the ice girls. I've said it once. I've said it 100 times. Bring back the ice girls. What are we doing here?
Yeah, the shout out to the Latter-day Saints. I was watching Channel 4 News, and there was some sex trafficking going on. I think that's pretty much par for the course there. But like I was telling you before we got in there, Rob, into the Delta Center, there was the Utah Jazz cheerleaders there for opening night. So I don't know what you need to pay these women to do 80 games a year. It might be north of $200,000. It might be like a bottle service type salary where it comes with a lot of gratuity and tips. But they should be shaking their asses. They should be at those Utah Hockey Club games because that would be great for the game and the entertainment side of things.
We're going to head to the chat right before we go back to the game here. Did you or did you not get a double? If you're able to flirt with the bartender to get a double, I said I was going to do it. Unfortunately, man, I was so tired from not working, but filming all day and on the hill that I actually didn't drink, believe it or not. I think I would have actually had a jammer if I did. So wins the merch coming Friday. We'll get into that more later. Back to the game now. 13-10 remaining in this dumpster fire of a hockey game.
Yeah, we got the Buffalo Sabres taking on the New York Strangers, visiting a team in upstate New York. And I don't know why people in Buffalo like to refer to it as Western New York, but I am going to stick to upstate. Speaking of upstate, we're going to the Pelly Box right now. Connor Clifton, the pride of Quinnipiac, the pride of somewhere in New Jersey nobody's ever heard of, is going to go for what I believe is, what do we have, a stick infraction?
What even was a penalty just for?
I don't know, 2 minutes for wearing a neck guard. I don't know what happened there. Chet, what was that call?
Yeah, what was that
I can't
call?
hear Mrs. Botterill talk. We're listening to this TV right now at volume 4 for various different reasons. We're going to go to the power play, folks. We're going to get a look at Steve Aoki Zibanejad stepping into the faceoff circle. Vinny Trocheck, Artemi Panarin, Adam Fox, and a few other options on this power play. Look, Adam Fox, Norris Trophy winner, folks. I do like his game. However, I have never been a big component on that is a type of defenseman. If he is your number one, you can win a Stanley Cup with. I think you can win with him if it's a 2 or a 3.
Oh! Steve Aoki Zibanejad.
Wow.
Loads it up and fires.
Jesus, the half Iranian, half Swedish House Mafia member gets on the board early, and he says, you know what, I tape my stick halfway down with the knob, a little half and half, little Arnold Palmer with my candy cane twig. He says, Chris Drury, not tonight. I'm not going back to Ottawa, motherfucker. We take a look at how this happened. Great little seam pass from Artemi Panarin. And wow, what a shot by Aoki Zibanejad. Look at this fucking knob he's using.
Sick pass.
It's half his goddamn stick. And his stick is so fucking long. His hair is long. Everything's long. Wow, what a shot. Sick pass by Panarin. Bang Bang Shrimp 1 Cobb. And that is 300 goals for Aoki Zibanejad. That's a pretty good number.
Yeah, it's good to see the Rangers beating up against a team that is barely a hockey team. And you know that New York Rangers fans, they're gonna take a lot of pride in this game because that's just what they do. They're delusional. They're all strung out from living in Manhattan and listening to crackheads scream at them and sirens and apartment buildings burning down.
Yep.
So they'll take any positive news they can get.
Too much Howard Stern can do a number on you, folks. Speaking of the pride of Buffalo, Alex Tuck throws the seeing eye shot out of the net, and able to steer that away was Igor Shesterkin as Lukanen, or however the fuck you pronounce his name, gobbles that one up with his mitt. And we're getting a live look at the assistant captain, Mika Zibanejad, the veteran of 700-odd NHL games. Maybe he's even at 800 games now, a 1993-born product. What an absolute turnover that was, and a hot and ready pizza by Owen Power. That kind of amounts to what happens on that goal as we go Zibanejad to Fox to Panarin, back to Zibanejad in the goal. Folks, again, if you're tuning along, tune in strong. 12:20 remaining in the first period here as we are live from Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Who is that big body? Well, that's Samuelson. That's the guy that they paid like 4 times 7, and he never scored a goal. He played like 40 games. Imagine just walking into a deal like that. That would be so nice. Play 40 games. You're not even any good. You're all right. And all of a sudden, you're $28 million later, and you don't have to prove anything.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, he's actually not a bad defenseman, but look, no goals in the league, and you get 28 bananas. Fuck, take that any day of the week and twice on Sunday. Jordan Greenway, higher than the cost of living in Manhattan Beach. He's probably playing sober tonight, but who knows? He might be stung from a night at Mother's Kitchen. Good chin, good man he is.
Do you actually think that Laviolette will get fired if they lose this game tonight?
I mean,
I can't talk. Fuck!
He's got to be close. He's hanging on by, it's like One Last Breath by Creed right now. He's got to be having that probably on his AirPods the whole time leading up to the game, probably in pregame skate, after. Like, that's all he's thinking about. I think if they lose this game, he's out. I think if they win, Drury probably holds it for another week, maybe 5 days, see if they can pick it up, maybe 2 or 3 games. But Chicago, Buffalo back-to-back, they look like their coach is about to get fired. They're actually playing with a decent amount of urgency early here, which is kind of funny. Maybe it was that goal that by Aoki that kind of sparked it. But, yeah, I think that, he's close. I think
someone's going to get dealt again other than Trouba. It's fucking hot in here. I can't wait to the commercial. Go turn on the air conditioner.
Who the hell is number 90, by the way? That's a big man. I think he's played like 1 or 2 games this year. Chat, help us out with number 90, the defenseman. We've seen him, I think, maybe 1 or 2 times this year. I remember watching him earlier in the year. Maybe it was last year. I'm not sure. We've done so many goddamn games. But, yeah, I look, Laviolette, whether it's a move first and then him later. This team right now, it's crazy that they're even scratching a guy like Jimmy Vesey. Jimmy Vesey has the best holdout of all time in modern era. For a 3rd-round pick. Oh, my God, Keandre Miller. Bang!
I forgot about Keandre Miller. Has he even had any ice time this year? Or he just having a bad year?
Yeah, he's been horrible. Yeah, he's. They're all
They all suck.
They all suck, and it's not really. Is it Laviolette? Is the players? Look, it's on everyone. Is it the GM for bringing in some different guys? Sure, but I just think in terms of something's got to give, and I just think when you're not able to make a trade in a way that you want, the easiest way to get your team to react, and especially try to salvage the season, is to fire your coach. Now, is that right or wrong? No, but it's your easiest chess piece on the board to get rid of the quickest, because Aoki is a bit of that's going to be a hard move. Panarin would be a crazy hard move that you probably wouldn't even want to move him. Fox, that's another crazy chess piece to move. Kreider, it gets complicated, and I think the easiest way to kind of make change is just to gas your coach, and that's what seems to be every NHL GM's first move anyhow.
10:25 remaining in the first period, folks, as we watch on to this game that I just could not care less about. Keandre Miller over to whoever the fuck
Schneider.
that is. And that is Victor Mancini on the back end for New York. They'll be taking up some minutes because Trouba is gone. There was a mistake by I don't even know who the fuck that is. Nothing like doing a broadcast where you don't know any of the players on the ice.
Yeah, that was Schneider, former Western Leaguer, as we get a look at Alexei Lafonfurta, who is also struggling a little bit early on in this season after getting paid. Might be spending too much time in the West Village as we get a look at TNT Thompson, who sends it over to JJ Pareka, who forechecks Fox very clean. What does the Fox say? He says, you can have this puck because I don't want to get hit. Folks, again, 9:34 remaining here in the first frame as the New York Rangers are up 1 Cobb early. We get a power play goal from Mika Zibanejad. Folks, again, the Buffalo Sabres, the New York Rangers, Hockey Night in Scottsdale. We are going to go to commercial break. What do you have for the chat? What do you have from the chat, if you will? We'll take some questions. Joe Sanchez says, when the chin hats come out, Joe will, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And that is Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Friday, brother, we're thinking we're going to kind of tease them the next few days. And Friday will be the official drop. Again, please be on the lookout for those. As you know what? We are going to come out with a bunch of different items. We have 3 different hat options in terms of the chin hat, as well as a Hockey Night in Scottsdale patch logo hat. And then we're going to do a sweatshirt like you've seen in the past. So.
Oh,
anything else?
Somebody said it's altitude sickness. I have altitude sickness. Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
What does that mean? You could just get sick from being high up?
You just get a little tired. You get, your body reacts differently. The air is thin. Yeah, it's a real thing, but it's all mental too at the same time.
Yeah, so basically I'm just a pussy. Let's see here. The chat was buzzing early. Keep that chat buzzing. We can't get to everybody during the game, but we'll try to get to most people during the commercial break.
Yep.
65 in white has been an absolute spark plug since he's been called up. Brett Berard, guy to watch tonight. Yep, never heard of that name. I can't fucking talk. Fuck!
Yeah, he's playing on the 4th line, Berard. Yeah, he's not a bad little player. Now listen, from Providence, Rhode Island, does he have any relation to Brian Berard? Is that his dad? Do we know anyone? Chat, are you out there?
Shout out to Matt Russell, who ran into the boys last night, offered us a drink, but we were too stung. I could barely keep my eyes open last night, not because of the hockey, but because we were grinding all day on barely any sleep. But shout out to Matt. Appreciate you, buddy. I also, sorry, I just buddied you. That's not in an offensive way. I also had a fucking hair on my chin that he said, hey, bro, you got some shit on your chin. He took it off. No diddy. Just a guy looking out for another guy, and I appreciate the shit out of that.
Yeah, nothing like another man looking out for your chin. Anyways, folks, back to the game. We will get to your questions shortly here. Thank you for tuning in to Hockey Night in Scottsdale.
Matt Murley's in the chat. Oh, my voice just cracked. Matt Murley's in the chat. He says the live under is 6.5. These teams stink.
These teams fucking suck, but thank God Chippewa Street is decent.
Shout out to Matt Murley in the chat. If that's the real Matt Murley, I didn't do my due diligence. These teams suck. Laviolette is fat.
Laviolette,
I'm hungover.
Is fucking, he swallowed an airbagger too, folks. We are back to the game right now. 9:06 remaining here in the first frame as the New York Rangers are skating like they stole something. Oh, my Sammy Carrick. With Bobby Orr on that play. Robert Gordon Orr flashes of Game 6 back in the late 1970s. Sammy Carrick coming over from Edmonton via Newport Beach. A guy like Sam Carrick making $1 million in New York, you can't even afford to live anywhere in the state of New York. I think he's actually living in New Jersey, Rob, somewhere outside of Snowboken.
Nope. If you're making $1 million in New York City, let me tell you what you're doing. You're going down to a Safeway or a piece of shit grocery store. You're getting a pound of the cheapest beef you can find, and you're using it for your next 6 to 8 meals just to try to get by and put food on the table, because $1 million in New York will get you absolutely fucking nowhere.
Nope. And especially when you throw half up your nose, like all the finance guys that work in and around the city. 8:53 remaining here as we're going to get to a New York Ranger power play. What does the Fox say is going to load up? Well, oh, wow.
Now, did you say the Rangers can't win with Fox because he's Jewish or just because of his style of his play?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both, right? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, nothing against Jewish people. And I would say probably his stature alone, right? Jewish guys are historically a little shorter. And him being a shorter defenseman back there, Rob, I just don't think as a number one defenseman, he can take those hits, take those licks, no diddy, against a team like the Florida Panthers. Some of these teams in the East that play big boy hockey. And then you get to the final, if they even got that far, and you have to play a team like Vegas, Edmonton. I don't know, man. I just think I look at teams that win and teams that win mugs. They always have that big horse back there, that 6'4", can skate. He's a one-man breakout. And when he does have to wear those hits, they absorb him so much better than a smaller guy would. I mean, Makar, listen, he's one guy that you can't hit. Hughes, I think he skates better than a guy like Fox. I'm still not convinced if Hughes can win one as a number one. It's crazy to say that, but who knows, man? I just think when you have a big defenseman back there, that's your number one and just eats minutes and can play both sides of the puck and moves guys in and around the net. Ooh. I'm just skeptical, fella.
Minute and 18 remaining on this power play. DJ Aoki Zabinajad playing with some piss in his game right now. There's a 92-mile-an-hour clapper. That was a glove save by Pekka Ruka-Rika-Rika-Rika-Rika-Rika-Rika.
Pekka Chuka-Ruka-Tuka-Nainen.
Pekka Luka bigger than a non-binary.
When you're a Finnish guy, you just add an E-N to the end of your name, and you're pretty much well all set. Yeah, we get a look here at the power play, though. A nice little tic-tac-toe play. Finding the one-timer, Aoki. Not a bad shot. If he gets that in and around the chin or right around the ears, that probably has a better chance of going in. But not a bad shot. We're looking at a Rangers power play that got one early in the game, and Adam Fox sets up the play, calms things down. He sends it over to Zabinajad. He's down to the right to Trocheck. Trocheck surveying his options with the jury curve he uses, the same as his GM once used, the old fucking pizza shovel.
Shout out to the Rec Room in the chat. That's where Hockey Night in Scottsdale had our live show last year in Buffalo. Wait, that was this year. Was that this year?
Yep.
Holy shit, man.
Rec Room, yeah. That was
long year.
That was in March. Yeah, it was the end of March. It was right around April. I think it was March 30th. It was a game against the Leafs. That was the game that Poppy got his 60th goal. That was the same spot that we were on stage at about 5:30, and people in Buffalo, the good people of Buffalo, were throwing bags of cocaine at us.
Yeah, actually, though.
And you know what I said? I hung up my key, even though I'm going to the Key Bump Arena later. I don't do that anymore. And I probably wouldn't do a bump if I did in front of a mass of around 200 people. But I can't wait to get to Buffalo. I can't wait to get to Gabe's Gate, Mother's, all the good spots. Bada bing, what a bar there. The sun doesn't shine too much this time of year, Rob. And you know what? Sometimes you have to resort to hard drugs, like we said earlier.
Yeah, I mean, that's what methamphetamine is for, right? I mean, people, they want to tell you that meth and crack is bad. I mean, what about booze and cigarettes? You can go to CVS and buy that shit, but the second you hit a thing of meth, I can't even fucking talk today.
Yeah, stay with it. But yeah, it was just, prescription drugs too. Like whatever you need to do to find your buzz and get over those dog days of Buffalo and your wife's mad at you and battling a domestic case. TNT Thompson. Oh, wow. What a nice little play to the hands of a rapist. Jesus.
I fucking go to Utah for 2 days. I come back, I'm retarded.
Slow, yes.
I can't even fucking talk.
That's what
happened. I don't know why anyone's watching this. I can't even talk. Half the broadcast can't even fucking pronunciate.
Look at this play, the little slip Gordon. Wow, I thought he got a stick.
Wow, that was a great play by Thompson. Ooh. As the Sabres are not going to make the playoffs for another 10 to 20 years with the Bagulas at the helm.
What is the 5-year plan, Kevin Adams? Don't die? Come on, baby. Let's get this thing going. We need some excitement, if you will, in the Rust Belt. Right now, if you're following along, folks, 6:43 remaining here in the first frame as we have the New York Rangers up 1-0. Pete Laviolette, it ain't safe for anyone out there tonight. And especially if you're in Buffalo on a Wednesday, keep your chin fucking tucked. Nice flipping a burger there. The Rangers, though, I just don't. Like, what do they even have?
Just who cares about the Rangers? Like, who gives a fuck about the Rangers? Like, what are you guys going to do? Name Trocheck your captain? Dope.
Yeah,
that's
sweet.
Sick.
Or was it going to be Fox? Cool.
Nice move. You guys are the Rangers. You have no swag. You brought zero excitement to the city of New York. You have literally stripped away all the pride in being a New Yorker because you guys can't get your fucking shit together. And this is coming from an asshole who can't even pronunciate on a live stream wearing Smith ski goggles. But I am just so sick of this fake good team.
Yeah, listen, we've talked about the Rangers. We've shit on them 15, 20 times, probably in the last 15 or 20 days.
I don't even like watching them. I don't even like watching their players.
I mean, they don't have anything. What do they have right now? Like, what's their team?
They play like a bunch of pussies.
Well, I think everyone thinks they're getting traded. Like, Kreider's like, fuck, I'm going for the Cy Young. I have 10 wins, 0 losses. I'm pitching well all season. My curveball feels good. But is my GM going to ship me out of town? Zibanejad, I mean, he scored a power play goal. Congrats. Let's do it at 5-on-5. Panarin, yeah, but okay, show me some of that playoff time. This team, like, they don't even look like a team right now. Like, they're fucking far off.
I actually, like, don't criticize teams a lot because I respect that they're in the NHL and I'm just some asshole on the couch. But the Rangers are just pathetic.
Yeah, they're a joke. I mean, it's just like you're Manhattan's team. You're supposed to be the swaggiest team in the league. You play in the mecca of all buildings. And you got no guys with any sort of swag, man. Like, what are we doing?
Because we said it once, we'll say it again. They're too woke. I mean, they're just like
they're too left.
What are you guys fucking doing in your off? Look at this. They look like fucking shit. They don't even look like fun to watch.
No, like
do
these guys even hang out in the Westville? Like, where do they hang out? Williamsburg? Like, what are we doing? Oh, that was almost a kick-in by Trocheck.
Why are you even trying that, Trocheck? Like, that's crazy to do.
Like, what are we doing here, boys? Like, let's get some fucking dogs on this team. They have zero toughness.
They suck.
I mean, I guess Rempe is, but he's gonna play 8 minutes a night, and sometimes he's in Hartford. Like, he's got a Metro pass for the whole entire year. Like, it's not even the subway. He's got the Metro pass because he's going from Hartford to fucking New York City. He's living in between right now.
Yeah,
he's got a place in Stamford.
He fucking just fights guys and sits in the box.
Yeah,
they can't even. They just everything. The forecheck sucks. They don't even know how to forecheck. They're like just steering guys for the boards.
Their defense is so soft too. Like, look at their decor. Look at their fucking decor. Who do they even have? I mean, Fox. Listen, I like his game.
Rangers are gay.
Lindgren is tough, but other than that, who do we have? Look at Trocheck trying to kick the puck in. He went Pele with it. Look at PD Pele.
That's where the Rangers are at right now. They're actually trying to kick in the puck willingly. Like, they're kicking in the puck because they can't do anything else.
We get a live look at Lindy. I like it a little bit rough from my wife. Fella, why are you still coaching? Get yourself to Florida. Let's get a new face into Buffalo. Let's get a new coach with some excitement. That we're not playing it back to 2008 to get to the second round. Like, what are we doing? These teams are just in shambles right now. It's just a bunch of dipshits.
If one more coach gets rehired, like a Lindy Ruff, like, dude, I get it. You were a good coach. I understand it.
Right.
But if they recycle another coach, I'm going to start watching the KHL. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be a Scott St. Petersburg fan. I don't care if they're invading Ukraine. I'm going to only watch the KHL. Like, I'm tired of watching the same fucking guys get hired over and over and over. And they're just hiring 21 pilots and Green Day to fucking do the music at all the events. It's like, what planet is this entire league on? You're moving the Coyotes out of Arizona for no fucking reason. For no reason. There's so much land here. Oh, we can't find a place to build a rink. You ever fly above Arizona? You know how much fucking land there is in this area? Just figure it the fuck out. So retarded.
We have a place that is the 5th biggest city in the U.S. We have no hockey team here. We have snowbirds. We have people that snow in Old Town. Look, we have hockey fans everywhere. And it's just crazy. Like, flying in today, it really hit me. I've been on the road a decent amount lately. We both have. But just like coming back into this place, how is there not a fucking team here? It's insane.
Because the NHL is the worst ran league in sports. Like, seriously, like, it's like.
How long has Gary been the commissioner? Is it like 30 years? Like, when did he get that job? Has anyone ever like challenged like to go at him? Who would fire Gary hypothetically? Would it be the owners? Because the Players Association not going to fire Gary or tell him to step down.
The NHL operates like big pharma. That's what it's like.
Yeah.
They're like, you know how fucking.
Does Fauci work for the NHL?
Probably. He probably fucking does. It's like all the congressmen, they were lobbied for the pharmaceutical companies, and they're all in bed together. It's the same thing with the NHL. It's just like, you guys are fucking. I absolutely can't fight, but I know that I could fight like 10 NHL owners at once and win.
Yeah. Folks, speaking of fighting owners, we're going to set up a ring. Terry Pagula is going to be facing off against the Heat Daddy. But right now, folks, right back into the game. 151 remaining as Artemi Panarin does a little sidestep around Peyton Krebs, who came over the Jack Eichel deal. He has showed promises. He has showed a little bit of hope, but not enough to do really anything for the poor people of Buffalo. The Key Bump Center on a Wednesday night. Jesus Christ. Talk about having some serious fucking issues. Shout out to the Seneca Casino in Buffalo. If you're going tonight, well, DM me. I want to get on in the action.
See, you know what the Rangers like? Honestly, trade Panarin, and that's no disrespect to Panarin. Like Panarin's a great player. Just trade him though. Like in the corner right there, he has the puck and he flips it out as he should, and he backed away from a hit so much. Like we need a little bit of sandpaper on this team. Like everyone's just like they're all playing because they're gonna go out and hang out in a hotel lounge after. Nobody wants to get touched. I get it. I would do the same thing if I was in the NHL getting paid. I would do as much as I could to save my body. I get it.
Yeah, because you want to look good when you go out that night.
Yeah, I want to go out. But as a fan, it's just like sick, dude.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's just a lot of guys right now that look like they're hanging out on the Lower East Side at a trendy bar, somewhere that's low lit with hipster glasses on and getting, shareable plates. They're not getting the full entree. They're just all sharing different things. Can we go to a tapas place? No, get your own fucking meal, have a big boy steak, roll up your sleeves and play some fucking puck. I know the bright lights, all this shit, the show, the West Garden, there's a lot of different distractions. But at the same time, we need the New York Rangers with some fucking guys that have a little fuck you in their game. And I don't know, man. Like, it seems like even a guy like Sam Carrick, when he was playing for a shitty Anaheim Ducks team, he was running around harder than he is for the New York Rangers right now. Like, It's crazy. And that team won 20-odd games. Was he playing for his life? Yeah, maybe a little bit. But I played against that guy in the minors, and I saw him in Anaheim, and I saw him play in Edmonton. He had way more fucking jam than he has for this team. And it seems like it's like their whole lineup is clinically depressed.
Yeah, it actually seems like the Rangers are depressed. It really does.
Fuck me.
Shout out to the chat. Thanks for hanging with us, even though we didn't call the game a single bit like we usually do. That's what happens when you watch the New York Strangers. All your swag just goes out the window. Your mojo. I can barely talk. I'm barely getting out sentences. I'm interrupting Swish. I can't even fucking focus right now because these goggles are cutting off the circulation to my brain, and I feel like if you are a Rangers fan, good luck.
Good luck, Chuck. Good luck to Chuck and Larry if you're tucking out there. Folks, right now we are going to go to, intermission break. But again, please, if you haven't watched any of our YouTube videos, go on that. We had the Halloween video. We had the Truba, How to Find the Chin, Part 2. Chicago tickets are out in both of our IG bios. Those are filling up fast. I think we only have standing room left. So please go check those out. Again, we will be back for the second period. And go watch our shit on YouTube, baby. Like, subscribe, and fucking comment. Woo!
unmuted and
Oh my God, folks, we are back. We are back like Bill Belichick, back in the coaching circles. Sounds like he's going to take the job at UNC. He is no stranger to recruiting youngins, they say, as he has a 23-year-old girlfriend, and he will be back coaching, it sounds like, for the Tar Heels. But that is neither here nor there, because we're getting a look at a hockey coach right now, and Peter Laviolette, who has actually had to take all of his suits to every tailor he knows in the lower Manhattan region and get them, well, blown out, if you will. 19:08 remaining in the second period as we get back to the second period. The Rangers lead 1-0, shots 12-7 in favor of the Rangers. We got a battle of upstate and downstate New York. Bob, how you feeling, my friend? How's the voice? And how are your sentences coming together in your dome with those goggles on?
You know, I was struggling in the first period. I think it's because my goggles are cutting off circulation to my brain, but I loosened up the goggles and I got some chapstick here. And for all of you out there, I think chapstick's gay. It's not. You know what would be gay? Sucking on a dildo.
Or shoving that same chapstick up your hoop. Folks, again, if you're just tuning into the game, we're getting a look at Vinny Trocheck. Alexei Lafreniere sends that puck in as Dylan Cousins, for whatever reason, was playing a little bit of defense. The Samuelson kid we talked about earlier in the first period, a guy that's had a nice ticket prior to scoring a goal in the National Hockey League. And oh my God, Marcini was fighting that puck like Ray Rice fought his girlfriend at Atlantic City Hotel. Jesus Christ, beating it into a square, they'd say, folks. As we get a look at, well, the Rangers and their fourth line, or maybe their third line here. Capo Caco, Will Cully, and a guy that I can't see right now through these shades. Oh,
Samuelson.
Samuelson's drive is wide. The old breakout pass for the other team. This number 90, I'm going to tell you right now. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Who hit it?
He hit him in the next week. He hit him over the Niagara Falls, Abe Kubel, who's bounced around like a reaction ball. You can get over at Dick's Sporting Goods if you're a play shortstop.
Now, the broadcast was just mentioning how the Sabres came out and threw 4 hits. They get 2 right off the bat here. Look, man, their backs against the wall. There's no hiding. This is the National Hockey League. You're either going to be bad and it's going to be exposed and you're not going to give a shit, or it's going to set a fire under your ass. And hopefully for the good people of Buffalo, they can come out with a better effort here in the second. We are at 17-29 if you're following along, 17-28, 17-26.
Nice little slip play there. And Pete Laviolette, your ass might be grass, brother. We will see after the game tonight as we get back to the action here as Owen Power whiffs on a puck at the Key Bump Arena right around the blue line as we're getting a look at Buffalo's third line of Greenway, Zucker, and the 71 car here. He slides it up to the puck to Owen Power, who is dancing on my own like Robin, and fumble fucks another puck as his defensive partner, Henry what is his
Yokiharo. Yokihari,
the former first-round pick of the Chicago Blackhawks 5, 6, 7 years ago. Yokiharu, Henry, whatever the fuck your name is. Yoka, who fucking cares?
Get that chat going. We're going to get to the chat at the commercial break. And if the game kind of sucks and it's boring, we'll get to the chat during the play. But if you're Owen Power right there, don't fuck around. Get the puck deep. You guys are down a goal. Just don't make mistakes right now. You just have to go back to fundamentals. And it's not a point in the game where you need to really take a lot of risk. There's a lot of hockey left. Just do the right fundamental play. Get that puck deep.
Yeah, I don't know who we're looking at here in terms of the Rangers coach, but he has an absolute terrible look. I guess that's Michael Pekka, if you will.
Is it?
Yeah, that was Pex. Pex, I don't know if you shot a couch with that shirt tie combo, but you bring that one back to Men's Warehouse or Joseph A. Bank and kindly just pass go. But yeah, if you're Owen Power right there on the blue line, like, dude, what are you doing? You got a 4. Oh, we got a breakaway here for Alex Tuck, the Buffalo native.
Oh!
Is not able to hit the 4x6 or maybe trim the bushes of Igor Shesterkin's mitt there, but simplify the game. I mean, you don't have to go dancing up there. You don't have to think you're Jake Gritty Wallman. I know that kid's lighting it up and you might be seeing his highlights on NHL Network, but right there, Power, you're not a shimmy shaker. Get the puck in and around the goal, in and around the 4x6. Let's get the cycle game going and try to get something going here at the Key Bump Arena, because right now, this game, despite that play right there, Rob, has been I don't know, I guess a little bit all Rangers, but at the same time, there's not a whole lot fucking going on right now.
Nah, and like you see, even Kreider right there, like he needed help, and the Rangers, they're just
Just a lot of one and done plays, not a lot of support, not a lot of cycle possession play. Kreider kind of throws a hope play into the middle of the ice, and he's not able to really connect on the play he wanted. It ended up on Fox's twig, but we're gonna look here at Alex Tuch, who's got in, and you got to hit the 4x6, hit the net, pucks on net. I mean, what are you doing? I know he's probably maybe thinking I got to get this one deep, which he did. Right on the back wall there. So you do, set up the forecheck there. But if you're on a breakaway, historically speaking, I think it's better to shoot it on the net than just dump it in.
Yeah, and right there, like even Adam Fox having that puck up top, it's kind of unusual to see a play like that from him. He kind of just throws it into the Buffalo Sabres guy. It goes out of play. No confidence for the Rangers here as Zibanejad fires one wide off somebody in front.
Yeah, we're going to look at one of my favorite defensemen in the league that came over from Colorado. I still am kind of choked that they traded him, is Bo Byram. Now, Bo Byram was traded for Casey Middlestat. Casey Middlestat, he is what he is. He's a little bit vanilla. He's a Minnesota Gopher. Okay, Colorado, they did need a center last year, but I didn't think they should have gave up Bo Byram. Bo Byram is one of those guys that I do think can quarterback a number one unit. He's silky smooth. And if I was going to pick between one of the two, I probably would have got rid of Girard in terms of a small lefty. Now, again, Kevin Adams in Buffalo is probably saying, hey, I want Byram at all costs. So they did get him up in beautiful Buffalo, New York, and he's one of the bright pieces on that back end. I think he's still slept on a little bit in terms of being a really good defenseman with a lot of ceiling still to go. Oh, Zabina Ferda fucking Panarin, my God. Artemi Panarin almost throws that in. And
that's not a penalty. Buffalo fans want a penalty. It's just two guys colliding.
This Cousin's been really struggling. Doesn't look like he's skating as well this season. Benson, he's kind of a small, undersized guy. Doesn't Benson kind of look like a Salvation Army version of Clayton Keller on the sheet a little bit? I would say that's kind of accurate. I think he doesn't skate as well as Kells. He's not as shifty, but he does have the kind of the similar little swag to his game.
Yeah, I actually completely forgot about the guy from Whitehorse. Holy shit. Cousins.
Yeah, from the Yukon territory.
Was he hurt at all? Or has he been healthy all year? I haven't heard his name once.
Yeah, I don't know if he was banging his cousins. I'm not sure what he was been up to. Not sure. Owen Power. He's another interesting case, too, as I kind of forgot that Rasmus Dahlin is out of the lineup tonight unless I'm smoking PCP. I haven't seen his chin out there. Power walked us in toe drag. Toe suck, fella.
Can't shoot that wide, man.
No, you can't miss the net there. A seeing eye shot is Joku Haru is able to skate back for the puck and send a little bit of a burger over to his partner. Zibanejad Aoki grabs that puck and, wow, almost fires a beautiful pass that was almost able to connect to Capo Caco's twig. But some of these high picks for the Rangers. Now, listen, you got to have a Lafreniere playing at a level that we ended up signing him. Build on last year. Capo Caco, another guy, he's had flashes in terms of a couple good years there in New York. Another guy, what's the guy I'm blanking on with all the concussions? Hedel. He's another guy you'd like to see take a step. But I just think like this younger core is not connected with the older core of guys. And right now you see that just disconnect of their lineup. And they have a weird back end on this team. We could harp on how bad the New York Rangers are all night. But the more I watch this game, the more it makes sense.
Well, it's just unfortunate because these guys, Capo and Laffin Ferda, they're not 18 and 19 anymore. And you're kind of realizing that they're never going to really – never say never, but they're not really going to steer a line. And that's kind of what you need out of a number 1 overall pick, number 2 overall pick. You need guys that are going to actually steer the play, facilitate a line. Of course, they need help, but those two guys right there, they're not really driving a line like the way you like for being such a high pick. And I think that hurt the Rangers in the end. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and go through the draft and tell you what they should have done, but definitely sucks to have a number 1, number 2 not steering the play. After what was it, 4 or 5 years in the league for those guys?
Yeah,
4 years.
Listen, like that Capo Caco, like what was he overall? Was he 2 overall? Like let's look at
that draft 2 overall.
So let's look at that draft quick as we get to our questions here. We can talk about it on the other side here. But yeah, you look at it, like Bo Byram was 4th overall that year. You got a guy like Sider. I mean, even a guy like Zegras, you could maybe say that they should have drafted Caulfield. Like this was a pretty good draft, and some of these players that were kind of behind them. So what do we got for the chat here, baby?
Chat, we're taking a peek here for the next minute or minute and a half. Let us know your thoughts, questions, comments, concerns.
Did you see Jack Hughes get blown up last night by Max Pacioretty? Oh, my God. It was absolute goodwill chin hunting. It was one of those plays where you don't really expect to get hit. You kind of come out of a a little bit of a pull-up play in along the boards, and he kind of turned up ice. He faced him, and all of a sudden, Pacioretty just came from like the middle of the ice. It was a predatory hit and just fucking whacked him. It was, you got to watch it after, when we go to commercial break or we're on the intermission break. It was crazy.
I'll take a look. Boys, I'm starting to believe in the Kings. Should I?
No, you shouldn't. I think they're a playoff team. I think the Pacific Division is dog shit. But at the same time, I would say they are a pretender versus a contender, even with the likes of Anze Kopitar playing 6,000 games in the National Hockey League.
This is better analysis than Hockey Night in Canada. We appreciate that, but we're not going to say anymore because we don't want them to send a cease and desist for our name. We're actually going to be sending Hockey Night in Canada a cease and desist.
Yeah, I got Elliot Friedman's address, and I got a couple of guys at Hockey Night in Canada's address, and Ron McLean being one of them. And I've sent them a couple of letters just saying, you know what, stop using our fucking name up there at Sportsnet.
And stop using our logo.
Yep, 100%.
Did the Rangers put up a banner for Kakko scoring 40 points? Well, you know what? They probably did. And I'm very surprised that they didn't sign Kakko to an 8x8 after a 40-point effort. This year, oh my God, I can't fucking talk.
Yeah, like he had 40 points as his best year, 18 and 22. Last year he had 19 points. Actually, was pretty good for a middle reliever. He was 13 and 6. So that's not a bad season in terms of if you're pitching the bullpen. But this guy, again, remember, he was a second overall pick. You need more than 19 points. You like to think as a forward being a second overall pick.
I mean, these days, all the GMs just gamble because everyone else does it. Throw an 8x8 at a guy and hope it works out in your favor. I still disagree with that. Back in the day, you used to have to work really hard to get a big ticket, and then, you were paid for what you did. Now you're paid on projections. I don't think either of those is the right thing. I think it's somewhere in the middle, but it's hard to kind of do that. I mean, that's the hard part of the job. And Joe Sanchez coming in hot saying, by the way, 12-13 remaining in the second. We'll answer one more. Joe Sanchez, when do you pull the trigger on the seafood tower, boys? Well, if you're out with a lady, and let's just call a spade, if you're horny, get the seafood tower.
Oysters are nature's natural aphrodisiac.
And so hope she puts out.
Yep. If you're looking to spend $800 before you get the wine list, by all God and by all means, fucking do it. You only live once, and who knows when you're going to bang her again or get the opportunity to take home a 5. Speaking of 5, that seems like what the Buffalo Sabres have in terms of shots on net. Somehow it says they have 12, according to Turner Sports. That might be a fucking lie because I haven't seen a ton of shots even hit the net. Their best 2 chances of this period, Rob, we saw that breakaway missed by Alex Tuck as he got that one real deep. And again, Owen Power had a seeing eye chance that ultimately did not hit the 4x6 as well. But folks, if you're following along, 11-14 remaining here as a little tic-tac-toe play from the Rangers.
First play I've seen of the game that was actually good.
Yep, Lindgren with a nice fake little clapper, sent it down to the goal line to Vinny Trocheck. He stepped out, made a little bit of a twisted wrister effort. But again, Luka fucking Tukkanen was able to get on top of his paint at Sherwin-Williams. And you know what? Deliver a routine save. Oh, my pizza. Bang, bang, play.
Oh!
Wow.
Chris Kreider somehow stays on side.
Wow. You would have went to 11-0 for the year, folks, as Kreider was not able to get that. Lukanen with a save on the year. Kreider with a no decision. What a pizza here by Power, who's having a historic game. Zibanejad Aoki sends that in, and Luka fucking Tikkanen is able to, split open like a 2:45.
Split open like a Diddy party after 3 a.m. Look at that.
Split open like a girl at the Spearmint Rhino. My God. Trocheck, pick your fucking head up there, guy.
Dude, like, Power, that's a tough giveaway, but Zibanejad's playing like they're threatening him to trade him to Florida or something. Like, he's playing like he actually wants it.
Yeah, he's like, just get me to the roster freeze because I have a big weekend planned, and we have actually our private bird picking us up on the back strip of Signature Airport at JFK. So if I can get to the 22nd and just play well, and that roster is going to freeze for about 4 days up until after the Christmas break, and then at least I have my private bird already paid for. We're going to Turks and Caicos for Christmas, and then you know what? After that, if they trade me, who fucking cares? But right now, I actually have to play good enough just to remind Chris Drury that, hey, maybe I can still do this. Maybe I still like playing for this team. So good on him. I'd say he probably has a good 10-day stint here leading up to the break, and then who knows, he'll probably shut it down again. But really smart by Zibanejad right now. Aoki, as a true veteran, thinking ahead of the game.
Yeah, the best players in the league, sometimes what they do is they play accordingly. For example, Antti Ranta. He was a professional at getting hurt at all the right times. He would get a good contract, get hurt, get back in time to play good for a little stretch to earn that new contract. He was a professional at sitting out games on purpose.
It was unbelievable because he would get hurt on purpose, and then he would play 3 games, but he'd have like a 9.2 save percentage. And say he had a bad game, he's like, okay, well, I can't get hurt this game. And then come back with a 50 save effort, and all of a sudden he's out with a high ankle sprain.
Yep.
And it would be such like clockwork, and he would do it at such the right and marquee times too. You know what I mean? He'd do it when Freddie Anderson was also hurt in Carolina. And then he'd come back and look like a goddamn war hero. And then when Freddie was cleared to play, okay, now I'm hurt again for another 5 weeks. So it was really smart of Ranta to do. And I mean, he made a living playing 20 games a year and making $3 million.
Yeah, it was honestly surgical. Like if you asked me in the last 20 years of NHL hockey who has a high IQ, Ranta is definitely up there.
Yeah, I remember guys in the Coyotes would be like, Ranta's had like 2 or 3 games consecutively in a row. Like, we know he's getting hurt. Like, we talked to him before the game, like he's going to be hurt. And sure as shit, you know, he'd go down with some phantom knee injury and he'd be out for 3 months. And the funny thing is he would still be living life, like just totally normally. He'd be golfing, he'd be enjoying it, tennis, but he would be down with a severed ACL. So smart on him, and shout out to Antti Ranta, one of the best to ever do it.
One of the best to ever fake injuries and make a living. We're at commercial break. Raphael L says, is it gay to swim? Over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale, we cover every topic known to man. No, I think it's gay to have sex with another man. If you're a man, I don't think it's necessarily gay to swim. But that's coming from a guy who has chapstick right next to him. So
yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with going for a nice chili dip. Again, as long as you're not skinny dipping with your brother. I think swimming is okay. The breaststroke, my favorite. The elementary back toke. It's when you're on your back smoking a bong in the pool.
Need the story on the possum at the LC, Swish. What the hell is the LC?
The LC Walker is a famous arena, or infamous arena, I should say, in Muskegon, Michigan. I was playing in a NHL prospects game, and it was a scene basically out of semi-pro where Jackie Moon comes in the locker room and says, if you see a possum around, kill it. It's not a pet. And sure as shit, after the game at the LC Walker Arena, where you could contract easily a staph infection, we were getting undressed. We were going to go our separate ways. And I looked in the corner of the locker room as I was about to get in the shower, and I saw a possum. And I said, you know what? That must be a pet.
Tiki Tenbo says, how is the Utah soaking? You know what, Swish? Surprisingly, some good-looking women up there.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. I just don't like how they love butt stuff. Every now and then, maybe a honeymoon, or maybe you guys both had too much tequila, but like butt stuff every week, like it's just too much poop.
Butt stuff scares me, especially with randoms. Like, why do I have to throw it up your 2-hole? Like, you really want the change up right now? It's Tuesday. That's just like scares me a little bit. I don't know you, and I don't trust your butt.
I also just don't like the smell. Getting back to the game here.
Back to the game. Speaking of butt stuff, Lindy Like It Rough getting interviewed by Darren Pang. Part of the show, 9:05, 9:06. We're going to call it 9:05 remaining in the first frame. Over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale, we're watching a fucking Wednesday night wake-up call because nobody is woken up yet. This game is 1-0. This is fucking horrible, but we're going to stay with it because you know what? We bring you coverage you can't get anywhere else. Folks, if you haven't bought tickets to our Chicago show, that is on December 30th, right before the Winter Classic. Please go get those. Please tell your buddies if you're coming to the Winter Classic, if you're in St. Louis thinking about coming to Chicago, or if you're just in the greater Midwest area, please go buy a ticket. Standing room is all we have open. Okay, all the seats are pretty much sold. So please just go buy one. Come hang out with us. We'll be at the Barn Hockey Bar all night on the 30th. So we can't wait to see your chins. And again, obviously all of our vlogs and YouTube and podcasts are on our YouTube page. So go check those out. Like, subscribe, send to your buddies. Again, tomorrow is ladies' night. So if you miss coverage of this or our show in Robes on Monday in Park City, that's all on YouTube or Apple or Spotify. Okay, back to the game right now. 8:22 remaining in the second frame as we get a look at Alexei Lafreniere. The French mutant turns it over to Zachary Benson. Or that's Peyton Krebs, my bad. And a fucking great save by Igor Shesterkin as he gobbles that up like Joey Chestnut on July 4th.
This is the state of Rangers hockey right now and Buffalo hockey. I'm not saying there's got to be a scrum after every time the puck is frozen, but even the scrums are, and excuse my language, they're gay. No one's even mad. No one's even pushing and shoving and protecting the goalie. Everyone's just kind of hugging each other. I think I saw somebody just kiss somebody on the lips. It's just like, where's the fire? I don't know. I just can't relate to this because I was a guy that like would actually get pissed off, especially because I wasn't good. I just don't see, like, there's no fire. Like, even the scrums after the whistle are just like hard to watch.
Yeah, no, there's nothing. This is a game of tummy sticks, and there's a lot of younger players on the ice now, and a lot of the younger guys came up through, just being taught the old. Again, I'm gonna go back to it. Jackie Moon, the mantra is ELE. Everybody love everybody, and that doesn't work in hockey. Like, there needs to be more old school, just the culture of hockey needs to be shifted. Now, there are guys that'll still chuck them both ways. And we do tip our caps to all the guys that still do that. But it seems to me more than ever, it's very prevalent that the younger players don't want to get their nose dirty, whether it's on a mere late night after the club or simply at a game right now on a Wednesday versus an in-state rival. It's just what are we even playing for right now? Why do we even play 82 games? Let's just go to the playoffs. Let's just simulate the regular season because nobody cares. That's what it looks like right now. Nobody hits anybody. There's no jam. There's no just, fuck you. There's no pride out here right now. It just seems like it's just a whack dick game. And besides that one hit that we saw on that big defenseman on New York, there hasn't been a hit. There's been one body check, I think, all night, Rob. It's crazy.
Yeah, good effort there by Kako, but again, nothing happened. 7:35 remaining. If you're following along with us, chat, get the freaking chat. But there's a hit right there by, I don't even know who the hell that is. That 6'6" guy on the Rangers. That's not Rempe. I forget his name. Number 90,
Marconi
Mancini.
Mangini.
Mikey Mimi.
Luigi Marconi, whatever his name is.
Luigi Maraferda.
Yeah.
Talk about a guy who isn't afraid to shoot somebody directly in the head in Manhattan. I mean, that's the most action that's been in Manhattan in a long time. No thanks to the Rangers.
Yeah, that was
shitty play.
That was John Lennon-like. And speaking of a guy not afraid to shoot over a back problem, that is, you know what? You got to stand up for what you believe in. And even if you can't stand up, you got to stand up for what you believe in. Anyways, speaking of standing up, Schneider stands up Owen Power on his own blue line, and that puck is kept in by Johnson. I forget your first name, my friend, but you were a first-round pick, 30th overall. You played 4 years at the University of Minnesota. A California kid who is California sober. And fuck me. This game, you wish just some guys maybe would have went out last night because they'd be playing a little bit hung. They play a little pissed off. It just seems like it's an absolute tummy stick fest. Hey, buddy, how you doing? You want to kiss me? No? Okay, well, maybe after the game. Yeah, sure. Do you want to trade sticks? So, yeah. Do we shower after the game together? I mean, there's a little bit of a tussle, but...
Yeah, but Kreider comes in and just hugs the guy.
Yeah, he nut chugs him.
Cross check him in the head.
That guy, this guy I'm tweeting after the period, this Zachary Benson literally thinks he's Keller. That's hilarious. Like, he has the flow like him. He kind of rocks the same bucket a little bit on top of his head like Kells used to do early in his days. But the problem is he has 9 points and Kells has 9 goals this year, maybe 10. So, folks, again, getting back to the game right now, 6:33 remaining in the second frame as Bo Byram beats that puck into a square, and he's able to turn that over to number 91. Some of these Ranger guys, I don't even know who they are, man. Like, who? I got to do my scout, I guess. Like, fuck.
Yeah, I don't know who they are. I don't know. That's
is that Riley Smith?
Riley Smith somehow is on the team. I thought he was still in Vegas. He
was in Pittsburgh last year.
Yeah.
Jesus. I forget he's number 91. That just looks weird. Like, if you're going to be wearing number 91 and you're going to wear it in New York, like, you better be around a point a game.
Yeah, you can't wear that.
And that's no disrespect, but a little bit of disrespect. Like, you can't play on a third line and have 8 points and wear number 91. Like, it's just, there's just things you don't do. That's got to be a penalty there.
Yeah.
As Jordan Greenway is going to go to the box here. Greener throwing a few rights with a stick.
It's a fake scrum again.
Yep.
New York Ranger power play coming right up, chat. Start buzzing here. Any news on the Boston or New York shows? Can't make it to Chirac. Yeah, we're working on it. We're trying to have those done before the spring. We're in talks with a couple venues in Boston right now. New York, we kind of know where we're going to be, but we can't say anything until the ink has dried. But thank you for asking. Chicago, tickets are out now. They're in my Instagram bio. They're on our Twitter bio at Hockey Night Official. That's HNIS _official. Way too early for cup predictions. Yeah, I mean, we people ask us every stream we do, and I pretty much give a different answer every single time based on recency bias. I'm just gonna say Vegas because I'm also biased.
Yeah, I think that is a great call. I think Vegas, obviously, you have to factor in the Florida Panthers, but if I'm thinking it's a team out of the West, and I'm thinking it's that team in Las Vegas, Nevada, the home of the Spearmint Rhino, the home of a dirty bum and a dirty bum hole at the Spearmint Rhino.
What numbers are FERDA numbers and what numbers are pigeon numbers?
FERDA numbers, I mean, listen, it depends. It's a case-by-case study, right? It's like the OJ case. There's all these different cases out there. You got to judge a book by strictly its own cover. But some numbers that I just think are like nasty, you know what I mean? Like in terms of like what guys wear. Like I really do love the number 93, not because I wear it. I just think it's sick. Like Zibanejad, Dougie Gilmore, that's a nasty number. I think for defenseman, Rob, something in the 20s is always sick. I always love when Jay Bomeister wore number 19. It just depends on the guy, man. Like you can't. 88, I think, is probably one of the sickest numbers. Probably right now, I would say still just because of Showtime and how many guys still rock that number. But it just depends, man. Like Matthews makes 34 look sick, and then there's another guy that wears 34. It's like, dude, are you the third string goalie? Like you can't wear that number.
Yeah, I don't know how Matthews did that.
Yeah, so there's just different numbers out there like that. It's kind of a case by case type deal where it just depends on the guy. Of like what their style is, what goes into it. Are they a right shot, left shot? Like I think like if you're a forward and you're nasty, 19 on a lefty looks really juicy. Joe Sakic like. But then again, Stevie Y was a 19 too, so you can go righty with it. There's just different numbers, fellas. I mean, Kucherov makes 86 look unbelievable.
The number I hate the most by far, and this is no disrespect to Lidstrom, is number 2. Didn't he wear 2?
You were 5.
All right, that's kind of how my night's going.
2 is tough though. Like Will Smith as a forward, and I'm sure he's a good kid.
Number 5 is also bad.
Yes, it is bad. Number 2 as a forward, I think, is brutal style. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, come on. Like, you look like a free safety out there. Are you Deion Sanders? Who are you? All right. Anyways, speaking of free, well, Pete Laviolette might be a free agent after tonight if they don't get this done. New York Rangers playing a little better than the other night against Chicago. Obviously, we have to respond when they are in desperate times. And Johnny Lazaris, shout out to you if you are listening, my friend. We feel your pain over here at Hockey Night in Scottsdale. I know you are the New York Rangers' #1 fan. Anyways, back over to the game. 4:54 remaining here in the second frame. We're going to look at the New York Rangers. Their third power play of the night. They converted on the first one. And a great play by Panarin, a little deception. He's able to throw that into the wickets of the bumper position. And Vince Trocheck, who gets his backhand on that high tip play that a lot of teams do look for. If you have that guy in the middle of the ice that can find those tips, you can find those little passes, those outlet plays. It's such a key release point for any power play. And Vinny Trocheck, one of the better guys at it in the league.
Keep the chat buzzing. I see you. We're going to get to you at the commercial break. And if we don't, we'll get some of you before the intermission. 50 seconds remaining on this power play. Somebody just tweeted at me and says, this game is making my brain hurt. And, yeah, I mean, I agree, especially because they're faking the shots on goal. A lot of shot guys in the NHL, I don't know if they – right off the dome.
Ooh, and dome no diddy on that. Riley Smith with a clapper. And, yeah, this game, I mean, this is a Wednesday night in Buffalo, right? You try to get out and get in, get out and get in again. It's just let's get drunk. Let's forget about it. It's December. It's almost Christmas. If you're Jewish, I think that thing's coming up soon in terms of Hanukkah. 8 crazy nights. And it's not a crazy night here in Buffalo tonight because this is an absolute ambo fest, what we call a snooze party. But at Hockey Night, we try to provide you coverage you can't get anywhere else. Right now, we do have a battle of upstate and downstate of New York. I don't even know if downstate's a term, but I'm using it tonight because fuck it.
Minnesota fan here. What's going better for the Wild? I don't know, but I will say this, Wish. Watching them live, that number 22, that kid from Moscow, I liked seeing him play. He had a little bit of that Kaprizov swag to him where he kind of just trots around the ice. He's got the flow going. plays creatively. I think the Wild are just playing boring hockey, and I think that's good for them. It's bad for us to watch, but they're sitting back in a trap and just being boring and grinding teams down. And
for a kid that scored his first goal of the season last night, had a ton of swag on the sheet. And we were talking to some of the guys in the Utah Hockey Club, and they're just like, yeah, like, the way they play, the way they can, just basically force you to dump pucks in, to turn over pucks in that neutral zone trap with John Hines. Now, John Hines historically runs one of the most boring systems in all of hockey. And that Minnesota roster is not even that good. They're banged up right now, but somehow they're a veteran team that plays inside the dots from the inside out, and they're very connected, not like the New York Rangers, who are disconnected like Walmart Wi-Fi. So that team last night, like, they just did their job. They sat back. They made Utah turn over pucks. A couple of them were delivered hot and ready style, Little Caesars right on the tape. But at the same time, man, they're very composed in their own end, and they do have a lot of veterans. And when you play that structure, you can win a lot of games just based on your system. And that's what they're doing right now. Like, their lineup's not that good. I mean, Kaprizov's really good. They have a few other pieces, but it's not like they have a ton of superstars or complementary scoring pieces there to help out Kaprizov. So, yeah, we'll see where it goes. I mean, fuck, they're in the Central. Are they better than teams like Winnipeg? Are they better than teams like Colorado? Nashville's in the shitter, but definitely a playoff team and definitely a team that could, maybe win a round or two. We'll see.
Yeah, you brought up a great point earlier about the Minnesota Wild and playing together. The Rangers actually look like they don't hang out off the ice. They really don't.
Yeah.
Like, do they go to dinner together? Like, what is going on? Like, they don't look like they hang out. You can kind of tell.
No, I know. It's like, have we had a night out at a place like, some of these places in New York City? Have you been to Tao lately?
Mr. Purple.
Have you been to Mr. Purple? Have you been to the place where the dudes strip and they eat their own shit, the box? Like, have you been to some of these places where you can get a little freaky, get away from your wife, girlfriend, actually have a good time and do some things that, maybe you shouldn't do? I don't know. It just seems like this team was kind of run by that captain that just left, and now they're kind of, they're just stuck in a place of not really being a cohesive unit. And for better or worse, that's really affecting their play. I just don't know how you rebound. Like, you need some more character in that room. You really do. Like, I don't know what it is. It's probably not going to be a short-term fix, clearly, because there are just so many different holes in this roster.
No Diddy.
But, it definitely hurts. I mean, you move on from character guys. Like, listen, Barclay Gaudreau, was he worth the price of admission? Probably not. But last year at playoff time, he made itself clear that, I've won 2 times, and I'm going to score big-time goals. And he was a heart and soul guy in that locker room. You get rid of a guy like that, that's a big piece. And those are character guys you need on your team. As we have a 2-on-1, and we've talked nothing about this game, is Jordan Greenway. Oh, my God. Way to finish your hit, buddy. That a boy.
Look at the Rangers, though. They just hug. Like, bro, Greenway just bitched around your boy, and all you do is hug and kiss.
You just hug and kiss.
And just fake get mad. Like, it's just like,
look how many pussies they have on the ice though right now.
Like, it's just like
Panarin, Fox, Lafreniere.
It's just so gay, dude. I hate that. I don't want to use that term because I get it. Like, it's not supposed to be used like that. But like, watch this right here. Greenway shot on net, drives the net. Bundy's lingering. He's getting his 18th cocky of the year, and then everyone just fucking fake. Like, look at Fox. He just goes like,
Yeah, I mean,
like
Greenway literally just bitched. Lingering into their goalie that they just signed for $90 million. And no one did anything. Fox came over and gave a guy a hug. Another guy put a seatbelt on the other guy asked him, are you still a little bit horny from last night? Like, it's just vanilla, dude. 147 left in the second period. Holy fuck.
Like, that's pathetic. Come on. Yeah, you got to say, like, Greenway just bitched lingering around, and great point by you, into a goalie you just signed, your goalie of the future. And nobody did anything. I get it. It's Greenway.
Nobody cares.
And he's bigger. He's bigger than all the guys on the ice, but it's like,
he's not the toughest guy in the league. Like, you can go up to Greenway and do something. We're getting a penalty here. As Ryan Lindgren was kind of mad because he got bitch slapped, and now he's going to go to the box for holding, and he's pissed off. And it's actually probably the first time all year that I've seen Ryan Lindgren not wear a jaw protector, a full shield. So good on him for being able to show face as he gets locked away in the box for 2 minutes and feels shame. We're going to go to a Buffalo power play. And this is clearly a penalty. They're going to call that any day of the week, twice on Sunday. I mean, he's got him lassoed like a piece of cattle at a rodeo in San Antonio, Texas.
And back to Greenway, you said he's not that tough. I mean, he played at Boston University. He's got a little bit of nerd in him.
It's like he's a big boy, and listen, he can chuck him. He fought Kachuk earlier in the year. If he has to stand in there, at the end of the day, he's 6'4", 230, but he's not a guy you got to go into a scrum with, and all of a sudden he's just going to quick start you. Like, he'll probably cross-check you, face wash you a little bit, but he's not one of those guys that's just going to just go full nail gun on you right away. Like, he's got a skilled player, and he's a guy you can go into a scrum with. Even if you're undersized, you'll be all right. Like, come on. Like, just do something.
Dude, people keep messaging me just to like go on vacations and party and stuff. Like, I'm trying to fucking grind here. I'm wearing a goddamn pair of Smith ski goggles, calling a goddamn game that we've talked nothing about. I'm not partying. I'm not going out with you. I'm
trying to live. Folks, speaking of living, well, you know what? Kevin Adams is living nice because he might be the safest guy in hockey. This guy, I don't know if he's going to sign a 10-year extension. I don't know how many years he has left, but it doesn't seem like he's going anywhere. As long as the Buffalo Sabres can win 20 games a year, seems like the Pagulas will keep him as their puppet. Nothing wrong with being a puppet, folks. Sometimes it's good to be a pet. Sometimes it's good to be an owner. You just got to know where you are in life and whose wrench to suck. Speaking of sucking, well, this power play's sucked nothing but a big old fat one. His own Power is able to beat that puck up along the blue line. Send it over to Tage Thompson, who gets it over to Zucker. He finds Power in the middle of the ice. Power surveys his options, fumble fucks it, gives it over to Peyton Krebs, who also fumble fucks it, and throws an absolute burger around the Honda wall. And then on the yellow, Tage Thompson. Folks, we have 17 seconds left here remaining in the second period as this power play has been as stinky, well,
as what?
As just the farts coming off the Key Bump Arena seats.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
That thing just exploded like the goddamn Hawaiian Islands in the 50s as those Japanese people came over and really did a number, but we got their ass back.
Holy fuck.
Shout out to Japanese people. I know that's in the past now. Somebody said, He Daddy featured on Sportsnet intermission report. Somebody just tweeted that at me too. Apparently, I was on a broadcast, but what's more important, we're on the broadcast here, and we will be back at the start of the third. It's been an absolute shit fest. I mean, you just never see Jay Swish in this posture. Usually it's me. We are just fed the fuck up.
Is the AHL better than the NHL?
Tweet that. We actually have to have this conversation.
Is the AHL better than the NHL?
93.1 Ryan Hartman interview was goated. Folks, we're living in a world where the AHL Hockey League might be better than the NHL.
This game sucks.
We will be back at the start of third period. Thank you for tuning along. We literally haven't commented on the game once, but sometimes that's how she fucking goes. We will be back in 30 or less, actually. Unmuted. Oh my God. I'll get it started. Folks, we are back live for the third period, and there's a save by Jerkin as Benson does what he does in front of the net, and nobody even touches him because the Rangers are pussies now, and that's not personal. Look at Benson all alone in front of the net, untouched.
Oh!
Schneider's off to the side. Fox isn't going to do jack dick. Good head-up play by number 19 there to get the puck across. There's a shot. Benson, you got to get in front of the net there. I know you want to be off to the side and get that backdoor tap in, but you got to be in front of the net. Buffalo power play has expired. 19:35 remaining in the third period. This has been a hell of a hockey game. Shout out to Merles for guessing the under of 6.5. I think Merles actually said this game is going to go under 4.5 because these teams stink.
Yeah, speaking of under, folks, well, you know what? If you're going out tonight, keep it under 10 because it is moving night, as we call it, where the weekday shifts into the weekend prior to ladies' night Wednesday. One of the sneakier, horny nights to go out for all of divorcees and all of cougars. It's one of those nights you can get away from kind of everything that's going on, everything in your life that may be going wrong. You get drunk and you just say, you know what? I just got to get to the weekend. Speaking of the weekend, wow, what a seeing eye play there was by Owen Power, who drives the net this weekend. Well, there's going to be more of less of shitty NHL hockey. But anyways, back to the game here as we get a little bit of pressure applied here by the Buffalo Sabres as they are setting up shop against the New York Rangers. Listen, this game, I'm trying to stay with it. We're trying to bring you guys heat. Like these guys, like Jones, like, you know what I mean? Like it's just a muffin fest. It's slapdick. It's powder puff right now out here. Like somebody sucker somebody. Somebody do something. Buffalo has just going to the net, no repercussions, right on top of Shesterkin, and these defensemen on the New York Rangers are doing nothing. Like look at this fucking little shit. Benson is just bodying Jones. Now, listen, they're about the same size. They're both 5'9", 5'10", standing on a phone book. But my God, man, have some piss and vinegar. Have some fuck you. Have a little jam. It sounds so redundant, but it's like all of this is happening right on top of Igor Shesterkin's chin. It's like you got to move him away from the net, boys. You can't just have early access to the net. You can't just be standing there in front of the blue paint in front of my goalie and expect not to get sticked or whacked or hit or cross-checked or knocked to the ground. Like, it's just a it's a free-for-all in front of the net. We were at the Minnesota game last night with the Utah Hockey Club. Anytime a guy on Utah went to the front of the cage, they were cross-checked. Mm-hmm. It was either by Middleton, Bogosian, some of their bigger defensemen. When you went to the middle of the ice, and especially in particular to the top of the paint, there was repercussions last night in that game. And this game is just a full-on just fucking powder puff game. I mean, this should be flag football. This is fucking embarrassing.
I might steal that. Can I go full flag football? I'm writing a tweet right now.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, this is flag football around here. This is what we should be playing with flags on. Because if you can't hit, you just grab the flag, and then he's down, or you know what? That's a body check. Because this is just embarrassing. We're going to get a penalty here. I'm not sure who it's going to be on. I don't know if it's another stick and fragment or what it is, but Berard goes down to the sheet. I mean, this is so goddamn vanilla. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, sorry, folks. I'm writing a tweet right now. What happened here? Is there a penalty?
Yeah, we got a little bit of a penalty here right now. People are tweeting at me in terms of you should be watching the Senators game. Now, look, maybe that's a little bit better. We're going to get another stick and fragment here, or infraction. Sorry, I can't even speak tonight. But we're going to sit down for 2 minutes. New York Rangers are going to go to the power play. They're going to get their fourth look, obviously going to go with their top unit. But I don't even care to watch a power play right now, and I'm sorry for being negative. I'm not picking on love, so I don't believe in friendship either. Name that movie, folks. If you can, it's a great one. It's a classic. It is John Beckwith and John Ryan. Anyways, 17:45 remaining right now here in the final frame of this game. This is Wednesday. This is moving night, as they call it. Again, it's one of those nights where it's sneaky good to throw in terms of hit the piss. A lot of divorcees, a lot of people with split custody. Now, the women will always give their ex-husbands probably Tuesday and Wednesdays with the kid. Now, look, you can have Tuesday, Wednesday. I want the weekends. to hang out with my kids. I'm going to give you the shittiest days of the week. And they usually go out and have an absolute midweek banger. So one night to get laid by a divorcee is Wednesday. Prior to ladies' night, as we're going to get a look here. Oh, my God. Stop and pull. Cliffy Hockey. The pride of Quinnipiac. The pride of South Jersey. Rings iron. And speaking of iron, a lot of iron on the Rust Belt. And this, not necessarily the Steel City, but a lot of manufactured goods in the 50s used to come out of Buffalo. Not so many anymore. The times are changing, but that downtown has stayed the same. Shout out to the Rec Room. Hopefully we'll be back there sometime in the spring when it warms up just a little bit. Vinny Trocheck able to skate his way in and send a pass into the slot as Will Cully misses the net. And we have about 35 seconds left here on the Man Advantage.
Yeah, I just fired out that tweet. It's not a good sign when you're just not a great, like, if there's one place to get mad on the rink, it's in front of your own net. When someone goes near your goalie, it's like kind of like a scuba instructor going near your wife. It's like, buddy, back the fuck off. And they're not even doing that. But 19 seconds remaining on the power play here. There's a broken stick that results in an odd man rush with the back checkers and Hedel and Laffenfurta. Good back check by Laffenfurta there.
Yeah, hell of a back check, but also you're back checking on a power play. Normally something you don't need to do. I look at a guy like Zach Jones. Now, Zach Jones is probably a good kid, right? I don't think he's a National Hockey League defenseman. I really don't. You can take that as a hot take. Again, people probably watched me and said the same thing. So I can take it, not in a ditty way, but in a verbal way. I just don't think that kid, if you're going to play him as a 5'6", he just is so goddamn soft. And he's probably not good enough to play inside your top four. So what is he? Well, he's a prospect or he's suspect. And I'm going to say he might be the latter. Fuck fighter, hold the light. We're going to go to a face-off here as we get a live look at Connor Clifton, who shot the puck really hard and was able to find a post.
No, this is just unfortunate. You know, they had, this isn't the play, but they had a broken stick up top. You can't blame him there. Lindy Ruff, mad about something as he watches a 2-on-1 that developed into nothing.
Lindy Ruff sporting a nice pair of Air Brooks Brothers tonight, those MSRP at $109. And if you get them in the airport, it's one of the only stores that is actually cheaper to buy something in the airport. Shout out to Brooks Brothers. Shout out to keeping white dudes at mid-level country clubs supplied. As Tage Thompson goes to the ice. And Tage Thompson, a guy that I had on Live and 5 podcast, says he switches skates between the true skates, the CCM, the Bauer, maybe every other week. It's like Jeter back in the day with women. He was just changing them up and switching them out, and he would do it on the same day's notice. So right now, Thompson rocking the true skates. Kind of crazy how they'll literally take them out of the box, not even bake them, throw it on his feet, and just go out there and play.
It's also kind of funny. We're going to do a live show in New York after absolutely trashing the Rangers for months. But we just call it like we see it, to be honest with you.
We're not a hockey show. We just have that label for now.
That is true. We rarely even talk about hockey at the shows. I wonder if people show up and there's like, they think we're going to analyze the game and we're just talking about tits.
These guys are morons. Alex Tuck with a nice little slip pass to JJ Pareka, Paterka, shake your money, make a Pareka, Paterka. Are you fucking Ferda?
But did he in that song, Shake Your Tail Feather?
Shake your tail feather.
Your tail fella?
Shake your tail feather.
I think Diddy was in that song.
Yeah, he might have been, yeah.
That was a great song. I used to skateboard to that song in my driveway.
Great tune. 14:40 remaining here in the final frame at Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Again, coverage you can't get anywhere else on this side or the other. Folks, looking at the Ranger fourth line, kindly get off the ice. I'd like to see something happen other than a 5-car pileup in the corner. That amounts to nothing. Jordan Greenway plays the puck in as Ryan Lindgren tries to get a lick in on him. He took that shot earlier in the second frame, if you remember, right in front of Igor Shesterkin. And the story of the night, none of the Rangers did anything as Greenway knocked his ass right onto his wallet.
Good save by Shesterkin there. And here we go again.
Wow.
At least Marcini did something.
Yeah, that was a good play. We'd like to see that. I might get him another game in the National right there. I mean, he's got his break speed off a little bit tonight, but look at how soft that was by Kreider. You just go, they literally went to the puck. They met at it. They kissed. They French kissed, and then they just went the other way. Like, that's Henry Yokoharu. Okay, I'm not expecting you to hit a guy from behind and just bury him, but Kreider literally stopped up, turned the other way, and just skated back.
Let them know you're there. They
Bleed
always
all
used to
over
tell
him.
me that in hockey. Let them know you're there.
Bleed all over him. Let them know you're there.
As we take a look at Steph Curry, the pride of Davidson University, nobody knows where Davidson is. Chat, if anyone can name me where Davidson is, I will acknowledge that you said that. Chat, get the chat buzzing
Charlotte,
tonight.
North Carolina.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
Get the chat buzzing. What do you got for us? We're on commercial break here. Thoughts on Mitchkov signing autographs after getting tossed? Yeah, I mean, I think that's funny. I think the guy's playing with a lot of piss over there in Philly. I think it was a good clip. And, yeah, I probably would have done the same thing. It was cool to see a hockey guy, do some shit like that. That was some NBA shit. Swishy fella. Best road city in the national, parentheses, other than Buffalo.
New York, Chicago used to be good back in the day, but usually if you're coming in from the West Coast and you're going into New York City, you're going to get about 5 days there because you're going to do all those teams at once. You're going to hit Jersey, you're going to hit the Strangers, and then you're going to go over to Long Island and Long Island, shave your bush, and spend a night over there. So, yeah, usually in New York City, those guys, especially when you come in from the West, you get like 5 nights in the city. And if you're a guy like friend of the show, Shane O'Brien, you go out 5 of those nights. Usually I was a guy that maybe did 1 or 2, but unbelievable. There's no better time, especially right now, going into New York City before Christmas with that buzz and that feel of the just Rockefeller Center, the tree, everyone horned up, drinking fucking hot cocoa, Irish coffee. The city fucks. And we know that. It's one of my favorites in the world, if not my most favorite. So
I've been a Sabres fan all my life and remember going to playoff games back in the day. What the fuck are we doing? You know what, Twitch? I would love to answer this, but we've been beating it to death. We've been trashing these teams for months now. So if you just follow along and listen to the broadcast that we're hosting tonight, you will know exactly what's on our mind. Panarin for Marner trade. I don't know, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be funny, but
that's a lot of dough going in. Then you got to re-sign Gritty, and it's just a lot of shit going on. It's just so hard to move big contracts like that, even with the cap going up in Gary's NHL. It's just like to just trade like marquee pieces like that. How often do you see just like 1-for-1 bangers like that? It's very rare, no?
Yeah, they should bring that back though.
Yeah, they should. I mean, what's the last 1-for-1 banger we've seen? It was like Larson for Hall considered a banger because they were both such high picks?
For sure.
Yeah,
that was considered a banger.
Yeah, like that is a big swap. I'm not sure. Usually it's like one of the big time guys for like 9 different pieces, and none of those guys ever end up working out. So
are the fellas doing a live tomorrow?
Yeah, we're gonna go live pod tomorrow. So it'll be about 6 p.m. I think. We did one Monday. If you missed it, we were in Park City, Utah. So go check that out. We did it right before we got on the hill the following day. If you missed that pod, we went live, chin on chin. We were in robes, not in that way, but just sitting in our own rooms, hanging out. And then we went into Park City, got something to eat. So go check that out. That is on our YouTube. We would love for you to go watch that on the YouTube and then subscribe. But also, if you're an Apple or Spotify guy, it is on there as well.
Yeah, let's get our subscriber count up. If you're in this chat and you like our shit, subscribe now. I'm gonna go look and see if anybody does it. I'm gonna go over to YouTube Studio and see a live subscriber count. 1676. Let's get that fucking thing. Wait, is this live? I forget how they do this. 1676.
Drizzy Drake Bath Time Batherson with a natural hat trick in Ottawa. So that's what people were referring to. You should be tuning into that game. Yeah, that sounds a lot more exciting to the man, the myth, the legend that tweeted that out to me just now. So, we wish we were maybe doing that one, but we had to watch maybe Pete Laviolette's last game. Looks like he's going to get another night. Looks like he's going to get another meal in the Never Hungry League. So good for Pete, good for his barrel. He's going to live on, right? Yeah, I think he's going to get his bang bang shrimp, his sushi roll at the front of the bird tonight. He'll get a cookie after the meal service. He's going to have to pick between the braised short rib, the free range chicken, or the 8-ounce off the bone filet. And then from there, it'll be collard greens. Featured tonight will be the cheesy mashed potato. And that'll come with a strawberry shortcake and a glass of house vino. So good for Pete. Good for his barrel. I do think he lives on tonight. If they lost this game or didn't show a valiant effort, I think he would be gone. But still a lot of hockey to play. Now, listen, I don't think any other team is going to score a goal tonight. That's just how it's going. I think it's going to be a 1-0 game. I think this is a Wednesday in December in Buffalo where the sun sets at 4:22 p.m. And you know what? You just got to get through it. You just got to just thank God you're alive and you're well, because that is the only thing gratitude is the only thing getting you through this game right now, is just being thankful to be alive. Other than that, you go on full on depression.
The Dino Rules in the chat keeps talking about my hair, and he says, please brush that muffin head. And you know what, man? People back in the day, they used to tell me, Rob, get a fucking haircut. You look like a goddamn retard. And you know what I did? I didn't get a haircut. It makes me even want to get one less. So now I'm not going to brush it.
Mount Brushmore.
I'm sorry that pissing you off, but thank you for being in the chat. Shout out to my boy Ruben Tabaris, who came to the live show in New York City, checking in from the great project houses of South Jamaica, Queens. Shout out to Queens. My mom was born in Queens. Shout out to Queens. Hopefully they clean up that goddamn city soon. Back to the game. 11:40 remaining in the third period. If you're following along of this dumpster fire of a fucking game.
Shout out to Arthur Ashe. Shout out to Queens. Shout out to a bag of cocaine. Anyways,
2 more subscribers. Let's go.
2 subs. Please, if you haven't bought your Chicago tickets yet, please go to the link and Robbie W. Gucci on his Insta or J Schmaltz 24. We do have the ticket links in there. Standing room only. If you're thinking about coming to Chicago for the Winter Classic, you know what? We're there on the 30th. We're there the day before. We're at the Barn Hockey Bar. We want a sold out fucking show.
Yeah, speaking of that, taking my buddy who's never listened before to the live show in Chicago, what should I tell him he's going to? Well, I'll tell you this. It's going to be a hockey show that doesn't talk about hockey. It's going to be a lot of stuff that people that get offended by easily will get offended by. And you're basically just listening to 2 guys have a podcast, and we go off the rails. I mean, I've had people walk out. I've had people heckle me. We've had people actually,
We've had people in tears, in laughter, and in sorrow.
We've had people like it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's full on stand-up comedy. That's how we treat it, especially for the first little riff-raff we do. And then we go from there. We talk a little bit about the game, obviously. We might have a special guest come in and chop it up. We're still working on that for the Chicago show. But I would just say come in with an open mind and just come in with the thought of being ready to laugh. No expectations on that front, but you know what? We hope we do make you laugh. And at the same time, get fucking drunk and hang out. We'll talk shit afterwards, hang out with the people. And it's going to be a great time, man. We can't wait. We have, again, a lot of tickets sold, but at the same time, there still are plenty of seats available on the standing room section. So go check those out. Even tell your buddies to come by. Maybe even bring a couple chicks. Who gives a shit?
We actually have 5 more seated tickets remaining in Tier 1 if you guys want to get those. Sean says he was at the Buffalo show. We'll be there again. Thank you. I think that means that you enjoyed it, and we appreciate the fuck out of that. You know that.
Oh, my chin, Abe Kubel. Holy chin music. Let's go. Here we go. Trocheck wants a captaincy. Abe, oh my, he tagged his chin with a hit. Holy fuck. Yes. Wow. Trocheck. Like, okay, heart and soul guy, similar like a Ryan Callahan type player. Who are the big boys on the glass? There must be some
Bills
Buffalo
players,
guys. Yeah. But Trocheck, watch him get tagged here by Kubel. And then Shed first, ask questions later, right in front of a couple guys. Look at that guy. Does he have a backwood on his shirt? Look at that guy smoking something.
Yeah, he does.
That's nasty. Watch this little pull-up play classic chin.
Oh! Look at how pumped that guy gets.
Ooh, he wore a few there. Kubel knows how to chuck them. Those French guys, man. You got some of them are sneaky tough, and then some of them are like homosexual, not in a bad way, but just like how they dress. So it's always like, you know, it's kind of like the northern Quebec dudes are sneaky tough. I think that's where Kubel is from. He's from those. Oh, look at those guys. Yeah.
Who are those guys? Are they just showing them to be inclusive?
They got to be Buffalo Bills guys.
Yep,
Yeah.
there it is.
Dion Dawkins
Wearing a shirt that has a guy smoking a blunt on it all time.
That is all time. Is it him? I think he's wearing himself, dude. I think he's wearing himself. Is there nothing sicker than wearing a shirt with your own face on it? That is him.
That's the most action there's been all game. Is this guy?
He's wearing himself. Is that legal?
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that is sick. I want to wear a shirt. That's just me. Watch this play, though. It's a classic little stop-up hit, the old reverse hit, Trocheck. You know what? Takes offense to it, as he should. You know, he kind of wore the worst of it. It's always the worst. Like, he didn't get pumped, but it always sucks when you take a hit like that. You get up and you shed, and then you don't kick the guy's ass. You know, I mean, if you get the brakes beat off you, it sucks. Like, Trocheck didn't get his shit pushed in there, but he definitely didn't win the fight. But sometimes all you got to do is just show up to the fight exactly like those people in Houston didn't do with Biz Nasty. Let me hold the door for you, the Irish Travelers. Hold on, I'm running out of my here with my kids, so I don't have to pay for my spinach dip, my Hawaiian ribeye. I'm going to go home, and I'm eating for free tonight. Folks, we're going to go to a commercial break. We're in and around the 10-minute marker. Thank you for staying with us. And this game has been a little bit of a snooze fest, but you know what? Hockey Night in Scottsdale staying with you because we are a product you can't find anywhere else. We are designer-like.
Swish, struggling hockey fan from San Antonio here. Remember you on the Rampage back in the day. Always love hearing players' stories from their days in the Alamo City. Do you have any fucking good ones?
Oh, listen, I used to go to this place called The Hangar, and it's right past the quarry, and it's pretty close to the airport. It's a dive bar that has the coldest Bud Light, wrench light known to man. So we'd always go there, hang out, especially on Sundays for a matinee shift. A lot of times in the jungle, you play a game at, 2, 3 o'clock on a Sunday, and then you're able to enjoy the latter half of the evening. So I love that spot. The Hangar was always my favorite bar. I'd take my mom there. I used to take my teammates there. So that was a spot we frequented. I don't know if you ever went there. I thought the river walk was a little bit greasy, but there are some sneaky nice spots in San Antonio. Obviously, the Rim is a nice spot, the old Rim Job, and then there's a couple of different spots in and around the city that I did enjoy. So, yeah, man, I would say the biggest thing that stuck out was probably that quarry area and as well as the Hangar. And then there's that other area, I forget, I'm blanking on the name, but it's like an old, distillery kind of district. There was a place called Down on Grayson over there. That was a good spot. So, yeah, appreciate the shout out, fella. San Antonio, love the rodeo, too. I'd go every year for about 4 or 5 days.
J&H says, we'll be in attendance at the live show coming from St. Louis. Real fired up, fellas. Thank you for attending the show and buying tickets. Tickets are on sale now in our Instagram bios. We have 5 more seats remaining in the rest of standing room. But, guys, I think you're going to like the live show. It's really nothing like we kind of do. It's more similar to our podcast we do a couple times a week, but it's even crazier because we're in person. We can go a little bit offside. We can say some stuff that normally we wouldn't say. It's a comedy show, pretty much. It's a comedy show from 2 guys that aren't even fucking comedians. So I think you guys will really enjoy it. And thank you for coming. We're stoked that you're coming to the show all the way from the STL. Shout out to Sexy Red as we're getting back into the game here. 9:45 remaining in the goddamn third period of this absolute shit show. Although it's heated up a little bit in the third here.
Yeah, listen, we got to fuck, fight, or hold the light, they say. And Trocheck, ultimately chose the first. 9:33, we haven't seen a goal since the first period. Early on that power play for the Rangers, as Pete Laviolette is sweating this one out like he should be doing on the bike, but he's on the bench right now in a game that features the Buffalo Sabres and his New York Strangers. We have 9:16, 9:15 remaining here in the final frame. Again, Zach Jones with a little touch-and-go play is Zachary Benson makes him his bitch for not only the second time this evening, but the third. Fool me once, shame on Chew. Fool me twice, well, who gives a shit? Back to the game.
I don't want to get flagged on YouTube, but if this goes to overtime, I actually might kill myself.
Yep. So no overtime. Otherwise, Gucci might be reading Don't Jump books, folks. 8:45 remaining here as Buffalo works the puck a little bit in the zone as there's a seeing eye clapper.
Lindgren's the only one that's being an aggressive guy. I mean, I know Trocheck just fought, but it's like Lindgren is the only one that's getting physical, in my opinion.
Oh, my God. That's going to be a penalty.
Good effort right there. Who is that? I don't even know who that is.
20? No idea. Just beating that puck into a square. Oh, and Power sends that puck in. But, Buffalo, they actually got so much worse. I don't know how, but they did.
When did they look good? Was it last year they went on a fucking unbelievable stretch?
I think they had a little bit.
Was it 2 years ago?
Maybe it was 2. Who knows? It's just all blending together. But it's none of these pieces are really working out, and they're all on long-term tickets now. It's that's the similar. It's kind of like the mold of what Ottawa did exactly. It's We have to lock these guys up. It's like when you know you're out of the league with a chick. Like she's way hotter than you ever could imagine you've gotten. So you try to get married at a young age, fooling her that, you know what, this is going to be and go for the distance. This is for the long haul. And then you know what? She actually grows into the person she actually is. You become fat, out of shape, and you're still not cool. And she wants to change the scenery. And that is where you get to the point of, wow, I'm in this feeling. I'm stuck. Do I want to get divorced? Do I have enough self-worth? A lot of that stuff starts to creep in. And that's exactly what we're going on right now, man. It's like these guys, they're 2, 3, 4 years into a marriage, and it's early. And it's not working out. And we haven't seen progress. And the trainer you hired, well, you're not even going to him anymore. And you're at the bar too much. And there's just a lot of shit going on that, you know what, creates a lot of just overall bad aura and energy, Rob. It's like, fuck, like, what do we do with these guys? Cousins is not playing good. You know, some of these guys are just like, fuck, can you get going a little bit?
Yeah.
And Krebs coming over in the Eichel trade. And it's like, oh, man, we need more from you, fella. And Samuelson, come on, guy. Like, there's just a lot of pieces. And Owen Power, yeah, we're going to we gave you the bag. And it's like, we need more from you. It's like, Jiminy, at least TNT Thompson's playing well.
Yep. It's been all Buffalo, too, for like the last 5 minutes. I mean, I am scared shitless. I do not want this to go to overtime. I do not want to watch any more of this shit.
No, and we do have a lot of time here, and it's a 1-goal hockey game. And the Rangers have just hanging on for dear life right now as they have their fourth line out there again as we play that puck up, and that's an absolute pizza from Adam Fox. Adam Fox, just since that Norris Trophy winning season, I mean, he's good. I like him, but it's kind of crazy he won a Norris, no? Like, I mean, he was unbelievable.
I
He's
mean,
about to score there, but like, all right, we got 2.
that always happens to us. Riley Smith wearing number 91 like he's a skilled Russian kid.
That plays for Moscow Dynamo that came over and inked like Vadim Shipachyov. But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, that's a whatever goal. It's, you know, just can thank the good heavens you might not see OT tonight, Bob. But like,
Yeah, thank God.
that goal like that, I mean, it's a shot that careens off the back and side of the net, goes into the trapezoid. Fox gets it blocked or whatever. It gets deflected and it comes right back out. It gets it blocked right up to the front. Like, what is that? Look at that goal.
What are they doing right there? Like,
Buffalo? Yeah.
what is Luka? Yeah, what is Luka Didin doing?
What is Power doing here? Watch this. Just lets it hit his skate. It's not that. Like, I don't know.
I get Luka Ferdinand like has to cut down the angle, but he was like out of like, why are you that far of the crease for a shot like that? There's so much traffic in front.
The coaching staff for the Strangers was celebrating like they won game 2 of the playoffs right there.
Well,
fuck, we got another night.
Yeah, I mean,
We got another night on the bird.
they're gonna hang another banner too. It's another night with a ribeye on the plane in the National Hockey League.
So we don't even have to watch film. We got another night. We're alive. Chris Drury, there's no way he gasses us all after this game. We just beat Buffalo 2-0. What a win.
Zibanejad is flying down the boards with that Steve Aoki haircut, and wow,
These guys just look like
ridiculous.
They just look like New York just looks so disinterested. Like, I mean, they're gonna win this game because Buffalo stinks, but like, they don't even look like they care about anything, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Like, they don't give a shit. Bo Byram, so smooth.
Yeah, he's sick.
Just silky.
I always loved him in Colorado.
Yeah, undersized D-man that just gets it done. Like, sick flow. Even though he's a redhead, he can pull it off. Like, just one of those guys.
Yeah, he's not like all the way redhead though, is he?
Or
Or is
he
he
strawberry wine? Yeah, strawberry blonde.
like
maybe
with freckles or no?
I don't know if he's a freckle guy in the summer. Of those, you know, sometimes those redheads they come out in the summer with the sun. Who knows?
Yeah.
Buffalo, they're probably not out, right? Because unless you're at the tanning beds. Oh.
Yeah.
Tucky just absolutely
5 minutes remaining in the third period to get that chat going. I think we got one more commercial break coming up as we get a look at Mika, Steve Aoki, Zibanejad on the broadcast here. And Luka Ninen and Nuka Ferdinand was way out of position there. Owen Power, you got to get down on one knee, no Diddy, and try to block that. It's a bouncing puck. Buffalo in dire straits. We're going to take it to the chat now. Questions, comments, concerns. Are you mad at your side piece or your girlfriend for anything? Let us know. Do you need advice from a guy that has high altitude sickness right now wearing a pair of ski goggles? And from Jay Swish, who has his hot cocked like he's Fernando Torres. Not Torres. Rodney Torres.
Rodney Torres.
We have Machine Gun Yanmark, who says, I agree on Fox. What's so great about him to win at Norris? Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, he dances around out there, but I feel like there's better guys in the league. And I'm a Rangers hater right now. And if you're new to this chat, I'm a very recency bias kind of guy. They're pissing me off. I just call it how I see it. We call it how we see it. Bose Jr. chirp all time. You'll be making $8 an hour pumping gas. I'll be 8 sheets in the show. LOL. Who? Oh, Bo Byram. When did that happen?
Not sure. I don't know if he's chirping at the guy at Tim Hortons or
$8 an hour. $8 an hour. $8. My computer just died.
$8 an hour.
Broadcast is still on. But
broadcast is still on, folks.
having your computer die is so sick.
That is sick. Do I just join?
Hold on.
Folks, we are at a commercial break. We're going to talk to you about nothing right now as we are just dialing back in a laptop. Folks, we are at a commercial break.
I'll read them off here.
That is just, you know what? Grinding through it. It's all good, though.
We have, did you do any backflips on the Black Diamonds? You know what, Chris Boots? We're not going to give that away. We filmed a Utah skiing and snowboarding video yesterday, and it's going to be out probably sometime in early 2025. Right? I mean, there's no way we get that for Christmas.
Yeah, no, it'll probably be on the other side of 2025, but, you know, hopefully in the next 4 odd weeks, we'll have that out there for you because we think that people will enjoy that. The banter, obviously, on the ski lift. Oh, a pile up like it was D-Day in Normandy in front of Igor Shesterkin, who sets up the Iron Curtain in true Russian form, and the Buffalo Sabres not able to find the G spot. As we hear, wow, approaching. Oh, Owen Power, who's been all over the place for good or bad, finds the twine for the Buffalo Sabres at the Key Bump Arena in beautiful, historic downtown Buffalo, and gives all those good people who are still in attendance at the Buffalo Sabres game tonight something to cheer about, something to drink the last of their Labatt Blue. And oh my God, we have a linesman tied up there, Johnny Murray, our number 95 car, I believe it was.
If this goes to overtime, dude.
Yeah, you can't be even saying it. Oh, Power. Just a nice shot, a nice little pull-up play, and able to get the Buffalo Sabres within 1 goal as Pete Laviolette's butthole is tighter than a Tim Wakefield knuckleball. 4:40 remaining here in the final frame. Hockey Night in Scottsdale, bringing you coverage you can't get anywhere else, folks. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Again, we came right off the tarmac from the chin of Salt Lake City, right to the studio to bring you nothing but coverage you can't find anywhere else for free. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out with the fellas. We're looking at Owen Power on a 3-game point streak. 3's a fluke, fella. 4's a streak. Jason Zucker loves playing for a team that does not make the playoffs, so he can go back to his humble abode outside of Nashville, Tennessee.
Do you guys edit your own videos? Kind of. We grind out the hours of the editing and stuff like that, but we're not on the keyboard and the mouse doing it. We got a trusty guy doing it for us. We're more of directors, I guess you could say. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. Rob, did you get to finesse the bartender into getting you that double pour? Actually, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. We had such a long day that I didn't even end up drinking. As a fan at the game that offered us some booze, I physically couldn't do it. Just low sleep, tired. So I'm going to go on the record and say that I'm officially washed up. Boys, these games suck tonight. Yes, they do.
Folks, again, thank you for tuning in to Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Right now, 3:50 remaining here in the third period as this game is 2-1 in favor of the New York Rangers. As you know it, the Buffalo Sabres are going to need a late push to get this game paired up at a pair.
93-1, what interviews are we seeing soon? We need another Hooper.
No, what?
They want to see another Hooper.
Oh, on Live and 5?
Yep.
Yeah, I love the association. It's just I need more connections in that league. Obviously, we had the man, the myth, the legend, Gino Crandall stop by the program an all BBL MVP. That is the British Basketball League. And yes, that's actually what it's called. So looking to get an NBA guy here, hopefully in the other side of 2025. But you know what? As I spread my wings into the association and wear velour jumpsuits, that will have to wait for another day. Speaking of another day, tomorrow is Thursday. It is ladies' night. And we will be back for a podcast in and around the hour of 6 p.m. Mountain Standard. Folks, we always thank you for tuning into Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Coverage you can't find anywhere else. Hanging out in the chat, getting it buzzing, throwing both ways with the boys. Our merchandise will be out on Friday. That'll be featuring a chin hat, and available in 3 colors, a sweatshirt that we recently dropped within the last year but ran out of stock, as well as paired with a classic Hockey Night in Scottsdale rope hat. Those colors will be in black and white with a patch on it. They'll be juicy. So be on the look for that. Again, that'll be a pre-sale. So when you order, it's going to take a little bit of time because those will have to be packaged up. They'll have to be shipped out to you. I run a store. Bob runs a store. So just bear with us on that. When you order, you're going to get that sometime on the other side of 2025. But again, merchandise you can't get anywhere else besides our website. So Friday, those will drop. And again, always like, subscribe, and tell your buddies about Hockey Night in Scottsdale because, again, we love you. So love us back, baby.
Shout out to Polo Crosby. Wouldn't miss an all cats for the world. Truly coverage you can't get anywhere else. That is true. When will Hockey Night in Scottsdale be on Spotify? We are on Spotify and Apple already. Every single podcast we do, just type in Hockey Night in Scottsdale. It'll be there to listen on audio. We have one 2 days ago. We're doing one tomorrow. And we appreciate you watching on YouTube and being here. We got 81 people in the chat, guys, and that's a good number for us. We really appreciate you guys following along and watching this piece of shit game with us. And we've actually barely talked about the actual game, but we're battling here, and we appreciate you guys battling with us. Hockey Night in Scottsdale merch out Friday. Hockey Night in Scottsdale pod out on Spotify and Apple. And by the way, if you're new here, there's 2 minutes left in the game. We got to plug everything. Chicago show tickets. They're on our Instagrams. There's 5 seated tickets remaining. That's it. If you want to sit down and watch the show, 5 remaining. The rest are standing room only. So go get those tickets. It's at Eventbrite.
Yeah, those are in our Instagram bios. So again, like we actually had one guy that DM me, Rob. He was so goddamn fertile. He's like, I can't make the show in Chicago, but I want to buy a ticket just to support the fellas, fully knowing he won't be able to make it. So that is the support and love we do. Just love. And again, if you're thinking about coming to the show, we're giving away 5 Bedard jerseys. And we're also giving away 2 glass seat tickets to the Madhouse on Madison. That will be a Chicago Blackhawks game at a later date. So please come to the show. We're giving away free shit. You know, we can't give you the world yet. We will one day. But we're giving away 5 jerseys, a pair of glass seats. I'll bring some butter stuff. I'll be giving away. It is the giving season right around the new year. So come hang out with the fellas. It's a Monday night. You don't want to go out on amateur night. You don't want to be the guy taking his skunk out on the 31st, New Year's Eve, and you got to do some shitty pre-course, pre-arranged menu dinner at some place you don't even want to be at. It's a 5-star hotel that you can't afford to stay at, but your skunk drags you there, and it's a $600 meal, and it comes with portion sizes that is meant for just, you know, just not a masculine fella like yourself. So come hang out and do it on the 30th. Bring your gal to the show. Come hang out, get drunk. We'll do it right.
83 people watching and only 11
There's
likes.
a game.
Lucas Torres. I don't know if 11 likes. Who fucking likes a live stream? Who cares? You know what? They love to bring you down. We have our most concurrent watchers ever. And a guy says, well, you only have 11 likes.
Well,
I don't know who the fuck likes a live stream, though. Thanks for subscribing, by the way.
Who gives a shit about likes? That's what's wrong with our world right now.
And this game is going to be not going to overtime. Thank God, hopefully.
You know what? We wouldn't think it would go to overtime, but you never say never. Never have I ever.
That's Fox's first goal. Holy shit.
Adam, what does the Fox say? Having the opposite of a Cy Young-like year. Gets his first one, and it is an empty netter, and he avoids a hit because, you know what? He is scared. You know what? There's nothing wrong with being scared. Sometimes I was scared on the sheet, folks. We all are. We all get scared. We all get nervous. 144, 143 remaining here in the final frame. Again, thank you for tuning in. We do have an empty net. We do have Buffalo Sabres hockey. We do have another just dreadful fucking night in Buffalo. But it is the holiday season. And if you're getting high on your own supply in Buffalo, well, we thank you. And we will be out there on the other side of 2025. Maybe back at the rec room, maybe somewhere else. You're going to have to talk to our agent. Again, if you haven't watched all of our YouTube videos, please go over YouTube. Go watch the Edmonton video. That's at 10,000 views, I think, now. So let's get that up to 20, as well as we have the Jacob Trouba, How to Find the Chin Part Dose. And then the Halloween video, Texas Roadhouse to the roller skating rink. That one was great. I think it deserves a little more love. Not saying we're the fucking, Quentin Tarantino over here. But you know what? Thought that was a pretty good production. We got a great editor. We got two funny assholes. You know what? Go check that out. Send it to your buddies. If you're rocking around the fucking Christmas tree during the holiday season, show it to your family. Be like, look at these dipshits. Look at these guys. We're at Texas Roadhouse in full gear, relentlessly chirping the waiter, putting Cinnabutter on a goddamn visor. Go check that out. Go check out the roller skating rink. It was great. Shout out to Sammy Brennan, our editor. He's a good chin out there. So 93.1 and Bobby Gucci got a bit of 66 seconds left here in this game as TNT Thompson fires one on Igor Shesterkin up around the collarbone area. And this game, you know what? It's going to get fully wrapped up like a goddamn gordita at Taco Bell in the next 50 odd seconds.
God damn it. I keep forgetting the chat is on my phone.
TNT Thompson.
Oh, Lucas Torres wasn't chirping us about the likes. He was saying other people have to like the stream. Lucas, I apologize. I took that the wrong way. I thought you were chirping the boys. Thanks for being in the chat. That's 100% my bad. I take accountability for that. That's what happens when you're brainwashed and you've read a lot of hate over the years, 12 years on the internet, and sometimes you don't look at things in a positive way. So, Lucas, that's my bad. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Looking for love in all the wrong places, folks. 93.1. Bobby Gucci. 3-2 right now. The Sabres are like a cockroach. You can't kill them, but you can't live with them. As Jason Zucker sends the puck in, he's going to forecheck that puck like he's looking for a paycheck. Back check, forecheck, paycheck. Well, how about just check, please, and let's get the fuck out of here on a Wednesday. As Mika, Steve Aoki Zibanejad is able to choke and poke on his stick, direct that puck into the neutral zone, and Alex Tuck not able to find that puck. And we are going to skate down for icing. 4 seconds left in this game. Again, Hockey Night in Scottsdale brought to you by Bo Peeps Nightclub. That is a strip club that, well, Billy Bob Thornton once proclaimed in the movie Bad News Bears. Speaking of Billy Bob Thornton, go tune into Bad Santa. Go watch that for me. What a quote factory that movie is. Thurman Merman. Just all the characters in that movie. It is the holiday season, so you know what? Let's get drunk and let's tuck your skunk. That's all I fucking got.
All right, folks. This game is over. Thank you for tuning along. Chat was buzzing pretty good tonight, guys. We just plugged everything with 3 minutes left to go. So we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you guys on the pod tomorrow. And you guys fucking rock, dude.
2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
Yeah. We out. 148 comments tonight. It's like a record, I think.